Okay.
Welcome up, guest. Are you 18 plus?
Yeah, I'm 18.
Wonderful. May we get your pronouns, please?
He, him.
Excellent. Do you believe in God?
I do, 100%. I believe
Which
he's the
one?
one true God.
Which one?
Jesus Christ.
Gotcha. So my friend Ace and my friend Christina are going to have a conversation with you. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
Wonderful.
Okay. Do you believe your God is all good?
I do, 100%. When I
Okay.
gave my life to him, my life changed instantly. I was dealing with lust. There was a bunch of
We're
stuff that
not
was
here
going on
for
with my family.
we're not here for the personal testimony.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Well, I was just explaining how my life changed once I gave it to him, but okay.
yeah, we don't care about that. I just
Oh,
wanted.
okay.
I'm asking a couple questions, trying to see where you stand on it. Do you believe
Okay.
your God is all knowing?
Can you repeat that? You kind of cut out for me.
Do you believe your God is all knowing?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. Um, does that extend to women's anatomy?
That does. Because it says even in the Bible, even when you're in your mother's womb, God knew you. He knew you before you knew yourself. He knows everything about you that you don't even know. He knows
Okay.
everything about you. He knows everything that you have done. He knows everything that you will do. That goes for anyone, men and women.
Okay. So he would know not all women bleed their first time, right?
Can you repeat that one more time? You keep on glitching out for me. I'm so sorry.
So he would know not all women bleed their first time, right?
Yes.
Okay. But one of the laws in the Old Testament says to stone women who don't bleed on their wedding night.
Okay. So in the Old Testament, that was when. So free will. Free will is everything. So.
It was a law given to Moses by God.
Mhm.
And he says in Deuteronomy 22:13 through 21, part of the Torah, which is the laws given to Moses by God, quote unquote, it says, if a man goes into a woman and dislikes her, is displeased with her, or hates her, depending on which version you're using, that the man is to go to the council and say, well, when I went into this woman, I did not find evidence of her virginity. The mother and the father of the woman are to go and grab the cloth that they had laid on the night before and bring it out to the council member, or the council, and hold it up. If there was this evidence of if there was proof of virginity on it, then the man owed the father 100 shekels of silver, paid to the father, and must remain married to the woman he had slandered, trying to get unalive for the rest of his days. Now, if there was not evidence of her virginity, then the woman was to be taken out in front of her father's house. All the men in the town are to gather up around.
Yeah, he's gone.
He ran.
Welcome up, guest. Are you 18 plus?
Yes.
Wonderful. May we get your pronouns, please?
Him?
Excellent. Do you believe in a God?
Yes.
And which one?
I believe in God and Christ.
Gotcha. So God of the Bible.
Yes.
Wonderful. So my friend Ace and my friend Christina are going to have a conversation with you. Is that okay?
Yeah, shoot.
Wonderful.
I'm going to let Christina run this one.
Okay. Do you believe your God is all good?
Huh?
Do you believe your God is all good?
Yes.
Have you read the Bible?
Are you talking about his temper with us? Because we're his children?
His commandments?
The 10 Commandments? Yeah, his laws?
No, all commandments. Yeah, so we'll run this one again. It's fine. Stoning women for not bleeding on their wedding night. Do you think that is a good thing?
I think that was in ancient times when people were still eating their children. So it's a harsh law, but maybe it was apparently at the time.
God commanded that if women didn't bleed the first time they had sex, they were to be stoned to unalivement. God commanded that.
Where is that? Do you know the verse?
Ace, do you have it? I'm not by my
Yes. Deuteronomy 22:13 through 21.
Okay. So that is in the Old Testament, correct?
Yes, just like a lot of the laws that you follow and take to heart. And it's the same God today, tomorrow, yesterday, forever, and ever, correct?
Yes, it's the same God, but it's a different covenant. So I
No, it
don't
isn't.
speak on it. Yes, it is.
No.
Matthew
When
Matthew
5:17.
5.
when Christ came, he made a new covenant. That's why we listen to
No,
Jesus.
in Matthew
Okay,
5:17,
wait.
Jesus says
Go ahead.
Wait. So,
the
what
host
does
cut me off.
abolish
I'm not talking
mean?
over the host.
Abolish, to get rid of.
Yeah, what does fulfill mean?
To make it happen.
So, to follow it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Who wants to read Matthew 5:17 through 20?
I don't have it in front of me, but I'll try and quote it as best I remember.
Okay.
Jesus, it's during the Sermon on the Mount.
Yes.
What does he say? Do not think I have come to abolish the old law or the prophets. I have not come to abolish but fulfill.
For truly I tell you, not one letter, not one stroke of the letter of the law shall pass away until heaven and earth pass away. There's more. Give me a second. I have it on me. Like I can fucking pull it up. I don't know why I don't just have that.
Okay. That's why the Bible is cut up into two sections, before Jesus and after Jesus.
Hang on.
That's the whole entire reason why there's an Old Testament and a New Testament.
Is Matthew a gospel?
Yes.
So these are words out of Jesus' own mouth, and you already described what abolish and fulfill mean. Do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have come not to abolish but to fulfill. For truly I tell you, until heaven and earth pass away, not one letter, not one stroke of a letter will pass from the law until all is accomplished. Therefore, whoever breaks one of the least of these commandments and teaches others to do the same will be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever does them and teaches them will be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I tell you, unless your righteousness exceeds that of the scribes and Pharisees, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, that's great. He's telling us that still use the old laws, but a lot of them don't apply to us anymore because Jesus cleaned our sins. So that's why the ones that don't apply to us, we don't use. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things in the Old Testament. Go ahead.
Your God doesn't change, though, right?
No, but he changes his mind.
Okay, so how does that work? He doesn't change. Does his morality change?
You know what? I'm not sure because his mind changes.
Okay, so you don't know if his morality changes or not.
I think that he is morality, so whatever he believes is right, especially at the time when he's speaking of it, I believe that is right.
Time where you would have. So there was a time where you would have been okay with women being stoned to unalivement for not bleeding on their wedding night.
Okay, see, that is the whole entire thing. Is I'm not in ancient times. I know.
Okay, but at one point in time,
I'm Native American, so at one point in time, I would have sacrificed other people and ripped out their heart because it's ancient times and that's what my people did.
Is it?
So, yeah. So are you saying like Native Americans are wrong?
What I'm trying to
say that they're not all good. I think this proves that your God is not good because of things, even if you think that they are wiped clean, these are things that he did. So he cannot be all good.
Real quick, what tribe are you a part of?
A California tribe.
Which one?
Tribe in...
What's the name of it?
Why?
Just answer the question.
I don't feel comfortable giving that out.
Because we have some Native Americans in the chat and they want to know which tribe.
Okay, I'm from the Miwok Nation.
What nation?
Miwok.
Miwok. He's by us.
Mm-hmm. You do realize that
Yes, go ahead.
hang on a second. I lost my train of thought.
While you're
What was
thinking,
it
Katie,
in relation to, Katie?
Oh, the whole Native Americans, Indigenous Americans were like these brutal savages that did all this stuff. That is Western colonialism that painted us that way.
Okay,
Because
I
I'm
love that you
suing
say
Ojibwe.
that. I love that you say that because
don't cut her
when
off.
the
Let her
Swiss
finish. Let her finish.
No, go ahead. No, I'm just that he can go on from there.
we fought each other like violently. We took over
No,
land. We enslaved each
we
other.
really we didn't. Not like the way you think. You have a colonized mindset. If you don't truly know our history and how cooperative we were, yeah, did we have skirmishes with each other? Absolutely. Just
That
like every
ended
other
lives.
civilizations in the world have had skirmishes with other people that are their neighbors at one point or another. We were not brutal savages. We had governments.
Have you
We had
paid attention
trade.
to the Aztec culture and the Incan and the Mayan? They were savages.
The Aztec, Incan, and
30,000
Mayan
people
were
in
not
7 days?
Aztec, Incan, and Mayan were not up in North America. They were South American.
Right.
No, they're not. Aztecs are in Mexico, which is North America. Aztecs were in Mexico, which is North America. And then there's Central America, and then there's South America.
Okay, so I was off about where the Aztecs were from.
They also
Okay, but further to
Nuak
but further to
did
like
not
what
practice ritual human sacrifice. There's no scholarly consensus that that was a practice in that culture ever. That is your culture. This is why I'm telling you, you have an indigenous or a colonized mindset about your people. And it's kind of sad. They painted us to be that way so they would force us to believe in God.
And you fell right
and take
into
away
the
our traditions and our tribal rights and our understanding of humanity to follow this God that you are following right now. I'm not questioning if you're part of that nation or not. You made a claim to it, I'm going to believe you. But you are not speaking correct on your own culture and history, and that's sad to me.
Ah, what the fuck? Sorry.
You good?
I was trying to send a gift and then like all these songs started playing.
Oh, wow.
There's like little records in there that start playing songs. I don't like that. No. Sorry, go on. It's very serious and I have no input.
You're ruining the moment, Christina.
No, Christina, I like it.
You can unmute, Bright.
Bright.
I sent the invite to unmute.
Okay. Everybody else has given me facts. Everybody else has talked about my religion, my God, which is fine. But now we're slipping into a weird situation with your friend Holy Ghosted, because now we're talking about my race and we're talking about privilege, which is funny is because I'm pretty sure she looks really light. So I'm sure she's getting privilege.
You know what, motherfucker? I'm 2 fucking indigenous tribes in this country, and when I'm by my people, I get treated like them just like all the rest of my people do.
Of course you do, because you're white.
Ojibwe.
Of course you do, because you're white.
No, I'm Sioux and Ojibwe. I am not
I'm sure
white.
your people were adopted in there.
Hey, bud, we didn't come at you for your race. Why are you coming at Katie for hers?
I didn't. I came at you for saying that Indigenous Americans were savages.
We were talking about faith, and then she started telling.
No, because you brought it up, and I'm not going to sit in the comments and listen to another Indigenous person, because I'm not coming at you for who you are. I'm coming at you for speaking falsehoods against the people of this nation who were here first, who were not savages. We had complex environmental protection things that we did. We had deep trade routes that were established before colonial times. We had confederacies and diplomacy. Yeah, we did have skirmishes, but we weren't doing ritualistic human sacrifices. Even your people weren't. If you were the tribe you say you are, that was not a practice of your people. And you come up here and lie about it to say, oh, but back in that time, my people did this. Should I do that? That is a lie. You're using it to justify a belief in a God that is terrible, that was forced upon your ancestors, that you carry forward to this day. That is what I am talking about. And don't you dare call me white passing. I'm looking at your PFP. You're not much lighter than I am. So what if he's a powwow pastor? He should know his fucking culture better then.
Yeah, looking at the page, I will be the first to tell you I'm as white as fucking Casper. Looking at his page, about as white as I am.
Exactly, nerd. To say that we have to be fucking redskins and dark to be validated as indigenous people in this country is just racism.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I came up here hot against you. For all of our ancestors that were unalived in re-education schools that no one took accountability for, and we're still finding bodies to this day to make us believe in the white man's culture and their God.
I better see some W. Katie's, and I better see her get some gifts.
I don't need gifts.
Honestly.
But I appreciate it.
No, I'm gonna grift for you. You deserve it.
Thanks, Alishana. So we can go back to talking about your God, but you don't know your ancestry, that is for sure.
Are you gonna unmute?
Yeah, the silence is deafening right now.
It really is. Anything?
Bright, anything?
Before we talk about hymens.
No, we can get back to the scripture if you want to.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get to, but
yeah, but
you're so busy grandstanding.
No, what you did was you came after her. You came after her. What is it called? What is it? Ancestry.
Or that.
And ethnicity.
I was talking about mine.
And you got it wrong.
I was talking about mine.
And you got it wrong.
Motherfucker.
Thanks, white girl. Thanks for telling me what I got wrong.
Don't you
give
dare
me some
call me a
life
white
tips,
girl.
White girl? So because you know
I'm
best,
not
white
white,
girl?
asshole. How many times do I gotta fucking tell you that?
Yeah, if you're just gonna be up here continuing to be racist, you can get the fuck out of here.
I mean, at least you didn't misgender me. I bet you don't support Two Spirits then, huh? Bright, unmute. I want to know, do you support Two Spirits?
Use your words, buddy. Is someone muting him?
Yes.
Well, go ahead. You're unmuted now.
I asked you a question.
Okay, what's the question?
I said, do you support Two-Spirit?
Since that's a white concept, probably not.
What makes you think it's a white concept?
Because a white man heard it one time while Native Americans were talking about it, and then they just adopted it. Just like how spirit animals were adopted. Just how spirit animals were adopted. But it's not the way you think. Two spirits does not mean gay, dude. You're dumb.
I didn't say it meant gay. Okay. I'm a trans woman. I'm a two-spirited trans woman.
Oh, I know you are. I can tell. You're not passive.
Right? And that... Oh, fuck off. You pass as a douchebag. How's that?
Okay,
you just want to rack up all the hatred points, don't you?
Right? Come on, bring it on. Let me hear your transphobia.
This is Christians, everybody.
Let me hear you talk against two spirits.
Why? Why would I talk against two spirits? It has nothing to do with me, so why would I talk about that?
I know that your tribe your tribe stuck to a strict binary and gender, but not all of our tribes did.
That's what's cute is because do you have a doctorate in Miwok history? Because if you don't, we are so diverse, you racist.
Right.
We are so diverse, you don't know what my people did. You don't know what my people did, so stop talking about Native Americans as we're one people, because we're not.
We're not one people.
We even migrated at different times, so there's different attributes that we in the West have.
I'm part of the Anishinaabe tribes that have been here since prehistory.
Okay, it's not prehistory, it's just history, but okay. You mean pre-white man, girl. Pre-white man, Karen?
No.
Then what's prehistory? What's prehistory? Because I thought history just meant past.
Have you never heard of the prehistoric ages?
Like prehistoric, right? Like going back tens of 20s of thousands of years.
Okay.
Not just the last couple thousand.
All right. What about them? Like, what do you want? I don't know what they called gay people 20,000 years ago here in California. And I don't call myself Two-Spirit unless I'm talking to certain people that would understand what I'm talking about. Other than that, it's not used like that. In fact, in a lot of Native American tribes, the only one that was gay was the one that stepped out of normal gender roles.
You do know that Two-Spirit and gay are not the same thing.
I told you that.
Sorry.
I told you that because you said gay. And I said it's not about being gay. It's about gender identity within the tribe and the roles you take on.
Yeah.
Why do you keep saying gay when we're talking about gender? They're not the same thing.
Oh, I know. I'm not... Okay, why are you trying to talk about gender? I'm not talking about gender.
Because I'm talking about Two-Spirit.
Okay, I thought I was here to talk about God with Christina, Brad, and the host, and Ace.
Oh, that wasn't until you, blasphemed against indigenous people.
It's my people. I can talk any which way I want. I can say whatever.
And I'm not going to sit here and listen to you simp to the white colonizer and their God when you turned away from your own people's natural faith and called them savages and that they killed people.
Okay,
when there wasn't a ritual practice.
Everybody at one point was savages. I don't see why, you're so hurt by that.
I'm not hurt by it.
We were just not as advanced as other people were. And I'm not talking about white culture.
Do you realize
we were not as advanced as China, dumbass.
The
we were not as
formation of the
advanced as China.
Constitution of this
We were
country,
not as
the
advanced as
idea for
China.
that.
And
Shut
it's
him
the
up for a
Iroquois.
second.
And it's
Shut
the
this
Iroquois.
POS up for a second, please. Mute him. You do not understand the history of indigenous people, and I know we're not a fucking monolith, you idiot. Stay muted. Your elder is talking to you. Show me respect.
You're not my elder.
I'm queerer, older, and gayer than you are, motherfucker. So you will listen to my knowledge as an elder. You owe me that from the Bible, and you owe me that from culture. The Constitution of this country that you live in, the idea and framework for that came from the Haudenosaunee. And I got a restriction, so if you want to drop me, that is perfectly fine. I knew it was coming.
I'll let you continue this. I can drop you after you're done.
Well, I mean, that's kind of it, right? You want to say like we were savages and we weren't advanced, and yet we were. The white man wanted to erase all of that from our history and teach us that we were scavenging around in the dirt, barely able to live.
Maybe that's why people run from your fucking live, is because you mute us when you don't like what we say.
I was
You're
talking.
being actually
I wasn't done
fucking
talking.
racist. What do you mean?
You are. You're being racist. You've been transphobic towards me. Like,
you're just racking up being a piece of shit in every scenario. So the only reason why you're still up here is because Holy Ghost and Katie was having a conversation with you.
Well,
most people do not get muted.
I was reading him for the filth that he's presenting himself to be.
Spout off.
Oh, cry more, you little bitch.
Up.
Right, nerd? And you can drop me now.
Okay.
And Katie, go back to debating the Bible with...
Hey,
sorry, I was typing in the chat. What's up?
There y'all go. Y'all have that conversation now.
Oh no, not the guy that called me all kinds of insults. Okay, whatever. Hope you're doing well, Aaron.
He was convicted of assault and he pled guilty to another
He didn't convict
misdemeanor.
and he didn't assault. And he didn't get convict and he didn't confess. Pardon me. So
he pled
you're
guilty.
on the wrong set of history.
He pled guilty.
No, he didn't.
To
Continue.
one, and he was found guilty in New York of a misdemeanor.
Incorrect. Continue lying.
You can say incorrect all you want. The court documents are out there.
I have literally read the court documents because I hated the church for 10 years. He was not convicted and he didn't confess.
He pled guilty. Why do you keep saying confess?
Give the
pled
source.
Guilty
then.
to a judge.
Okay. Give the source.
Do you know how he unalived?
Yeah, I was taught that when I was a teenager.
Okay, how did he unalive?
He jumped out of a window and was shot in the air and said, "Oh Lord, my God."
What window?
No, that's literally the account.
What window? What window?
The Liberty Jail window.
So it was.
Do you realize what you just said?
Yeah, he was taken and imprisoned for a trial that never happened, which was illegal, by the way. They didn't do a legal extradition. You're gonna ignore that?
Yes, they did actually.
No, get the source. Get the source.
I can't. I have the research in front of me.
Go for it. Okay,
so the way this happened is, if you look at legal and criminal, there's a disorderly person trial in 1826.
Where's your source? You said you're going to get me the source.
Can you be quiet for a second?
Can you get the source?
Okay, listen.
Okay, you're not going to get the source. You concede. Thank you again.
Why are you interrupting Alec? And he runs.
Okay. Welcome in, new guest. Are you over 18?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I get your pronouns, please?
He, him.
Okay, and are you a believer of God?
Yes.
Which one?
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ? Okay, do you believe this God is all good?
Yes, ma'am.
How about all knowing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we're going to, I'm going to ask, what's your opinion on slavery?
It's bad.
It's bad?
Yeah.
Okay. How much of the Bible have you read?
All of it.
You've read all of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you explain to me why it shows that, in Leviticus 25, 44 through 46, technically you can read 39 through 43, 39 through 43 to get the difference between indentured servitude and slavery. But can you explain to me Leviticus 25, 44 through 46, where it says, go and for the slaves, you can go out to the nations around you and capture slaves, and they can be your property to be passed down from generation to generation?
Can you give me something from the New Testament that applies to my life?
Oh, so you're one of the New Testament people? Yeah, I got you. Give me a minute.
Well, Jesus said every letter and dot of the law must be followed. The law includes slavery.
Well, there's a lot of things in the law that I don't follow in the Old Testament that doesn't apply to my life, like wearing 2 linens of clothing or cutting my beard. That doesn't necessarily apply to me in my life.
Jesus said you are supposed to follow every single law.
Yeah, Jesus also said he came here to fulfill the law, so he did change the laws.
Why, like, is it a reading comprehension thing that you skip where he says he didn't come to abolish the law? And that when he says fulfill, he means fulfill the way you stop at a stop sign. You are fulfilling the law. It's not done. You have to keep doing it. That's why the line before, he says, I'm not here to abolish. Like, the law still applies to you.
When the Old Testament says don't commit adultery and the New Testament says if you look at a woman with lust, it's committing adultery, does that mean you should just not look at a woman with lust?
Yeah, it does. Okay. That's making the law stricter, not saying you don't have to follow it.
Okay.
You are making my point for me.
Okay.
So
do you believe every law in the Old Testament applies to your life?
I don't believe Jesus didn't even exist.
Okay, then why are you arguing about the Old Testament?
Because you said you believe in Jesus and he's all good.
So does every law in the Old Testament apply to my life?
According to Jesus, yes.
Okay.
So you said you wanted evidence of this in the New Testament as well, right?
I mean, something that proves that law is evil.
You don't think the law of slavery is evil?
Is it in the New Testament?
Luke 12:47 through 48.
Can you read it?
That slave who knew what his master wanted but did not prepare himself or do what was wanted will receive a severe beating, but the one who did not know and did what deserved a beating will receive a light beating.
What is the verse?
Luke 12:47 through 48.
Why does the Bible say that a slave is worth more than a master's son?
Where does that say it?
I'll read it for you.
Give me the verses.
I can.
That doesn't change anything. I don't understand. You found a contradiction. Congrats. Okay. That doesn't change what he said.
So is the slave that we know the same slave from the Bible?
It literally says that they are to be kept as property and that they are to be passed down from generation to generation. And
so do they have the? Do they?
Hang on. I'm not done yet. In Exodus, it says you are allowed to beat your slaves as long as they don't unalive within the first 2 days. Then you're good. If they unalive in the first 2 days, then there's a punishment.
Is the slaves that we know the slaves from the Bible?
It is chattel slavery. It is ownership of a person.
Okay, so you're telling me that the slaves that were here a couple hundred years ago had a year of Jubilee?
The year of Jubilee is only for Hebrew slaves.
Okay.
Exactly. So, that's indentured servitude, and it's in Leviticus 25, 39 through 43, which specifically says it is for the Israelites.
So all slaves are not the same then?
No, they never are.
Okay, you just said they are.
It's the slavery that we were talking about is the same type of slavery as the transatlantic slave trade.
Can you prove it?
Okay, yes, actually, I can. I absolutely 100% can. Okay.
Do the word.
So, can you be patient?
I am.
Okay, so don't speak over me. Okay, where did the Americans get the people from?
Are we being serious?
I'm being serious. Where did America get the people from?
Africa.
Which is from nations around us, right?
Around America? No.
It's the nations around us, meaning not from our own nation, right?
You think Africa's around us?
Outside of the nation.
Around us, so it's not around us.
Outside of the nation. That's all it's saying, is outside of the nation.
So Mexico's outside the nation?
Yes.
So, what are you trying to say?
So as you said, we did not enslave our own people, right?
You asked me where they're from, and I said Africa. We did enslave our own people, actually. There was a lot of black people in this nation that were enslaved.
They were brought here as slaves.
No.
And then, wait, you're not BHI, are you?
I don't know what that means.
You don't believe that black people populated America before they were brought by slavery, do you?
No, but I believe there was black people here before slavery.
No, it was quite literally a bunch of white people.
So and Native
Americans. Hang on. And Native Americans. Or indigenous people, my bad. Indigenous people.
So the British didn't have slaves?
We're talking about when we say us, we're talking about the United States and the British, because it started before the United States became a nation.
So you believe there was...
You are being so dishonest about that. It's insane. The slavery we're talking about is the same type of slavery in the Bible.
Okay, so there was no slaves here before they were brought here, right?
No.
Yeah, okay, there were no slaves here before they were brought here, yeah.
So we're just lying to ourselves now?
How could there be slaves here before they were brought here?
So there was no black people here before the slaves came? The black people were brought?
There are potential records of some...
Potential?
Yeah, we don't know for sure. There are indications that some black people...
You don't know for sure. You don't know for sure if there was black people here before they were brought here.
Can you stop interrupting people?
What the fuck is wrong with you? Let me finish the statement. We have some indications that there were ships that came over from Africa potentially and visited South America, but there was no population here that we know of.
There was no population of Indians either, but there was Indians.
They're not called Indians. They're called indigenous people.
Yes, well, and there were populations of indigenous people here.
I'm not talking about Native Americans. I'm talking about Asians.
They weren't here.
They weren't here?
No.
Okay.
Like, is there something wrong with you? Like,
yeah, like where are you getting that idea from?
Do you think when Columbus called them Indians, that wasn't? Do you think they really were from India?
No, he thought he was in India.
Right. What was that question?
So do you think there was Indians, actual Asians here before? Okay, so you don't believe that there was black people here before they were brought here?
We have no evidence of a population of black people. There may have been a handful, it's not clear, but there was no population. They were not living here.
So we're living in maybe fairyland?
What are you talking about?
Are we living in maybe fairyland? Is it a yes or no question or maybe so fairyland question?
There is no evidence to support that claim.
He just said there's some evidence, so are you contradicting?
I said there's no I said there's evidence that there were ships built by Africans that may have come over. May have, but we have no
just...
evidence of a population.
Okay, so
here.
like ships were built by what? Virtual black people?
What the fuck is wrong with? I said there was no evidence of a population here.
So there was no black people here before they were brought here?
To our knowledge, no.
Okay, well, I would disagree.
What's your evidence?
Do you have evidence
that black people were here before they were brought here?
Yes.
What's your evidence for it?
He's Googling it right now.
Grokking it, but yeah.
I'm pulling it up right now. Yeah, black people were here.
Okay, give us the source.
Your evidence?
Give us a website, not Google AI overview either.
1500 to 1600s.
Give us a website, not the Google AI overview.
Okay.
What is the, how did this tie into theology?
I was making the comparison because, you know, in the Bible it says...
Because she thinks all slaves are equal and all slaves are the same.
I was talking, was I not? Shut your fucking mouth and find the damn evidence. Sean, so I said shut your mouth and find the damn evidence. Give me a minute so I can explain what happened. So what happened is I had made the comparison to the transatlantic slave trade because of Leviticus 25, 44 through 46, which I do. And then it kind of snowballed because I'm like, where did they get the slaves from? I'm like, exactly, the nations around.
Right.
And then it kind of snowballed into this.
And even if there were African explorers here before slaves got here, I've never heard that. I'm not much of a historian, but even if that were true, that would not at all have any relevance to the fact that we purchased slaves from the nations around us. Although you could argue Africa's not okay, exactly. That stupid little. Does that make a moral difference? Does that make a moral relevance, dumbass? How is it different morally?
You're telling me Africa's around us, you dumbass?
How is it? I literally said it before you said it that you could make an argument that Africa is not around us. So
because you know it's a dumb argument.
I said it first. So explain to me: is it morally different? Does it make a moral difference? Does it have any moral relevance whether the nation is around you or not that you buy slaves? Yes or no?
It makes it relevant because your facts are wrong.
I said morally relevant. Is it morally relevant?
No.
We said it was similar. We didn't say it was the same thing. We said it was similar.
He's not trying to have an actual conversation. He's just one of these like, I'm going to own people on the internet, fucking like ego little children.
Yeah,
you can't have
dudes fighting a 19-year-old.
You cannot have an adult conversation. You're not trying to have an adult conversation.
Okay.
You don't give a fuck about integrity or just
Africans weren't here during the age of exploration.
Did I say that, or are you a lying
population here? Was there a population of Africans here?
This is all irrelevant anyway, because owning people. Yeah, because even if you can make the case that the slavery in the what was I going to say?
That Africans were here during the age of exploration.
Nope, that's not what I was going to say. So you might want to like let people finish before you start like running off at the mouth.
Yeah. Okay. Did you find the source yet?
Yeah, I have it right here. Liberty of Congress, African American and the early Americans.
Yeah, there's no population. They have some indications that there may have been a few here, but they don't.
www.loco.gov/classroom.material/... For fuck's sake.
You can just copy and paste it in the chat.
Well, no, he's talking about the Library of Congress, and yeah, there are historians that are arguing that there were. Oh, he's gone. Yes, it is. There were black explorers that came here. It's possible there were more than we knew about because of the boats we have found, but we don't have evidence of a population living here. And as Sean said, it doesn't change anything.
Red, you're a
Are you 18
P3.
plus?
You just said you enjoy a boy once a day. That's gross, bud.
Yeah, I suck his dick anytime he asks me to.
You are a disgusting excuse for a man.
I'll suck yours too. Come here.
Gross. You're a fucking fag, dude.
There it is.
Oh my god, fuckers.
Twice in a day!
There
Like,
it is.
I'm straight and I want to suck a dick just to piss him off.
Welcome up, guest. Are you 18 plus?
I'm 19.
Wonderful. May we get your pronouns, please?
He and him.
Excellent. Do you believe in a God?
Yes.
And which one would that be?
Christian God. Jesus Christ.
Gotcha. So all my friends here are going to have a conversation with you. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
Okay, do you believe your God is all good?
Of course.
Do you believe he's all knowing?
Yes.
I'm gonna let Sean have this one.
Okay, so all good, all knowing, and all powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does causing or allowing unnecessary suffering fall under the category of good to you, or is it always bad?
You said allowing suffering?
Causing or allowing unnecessary suffering.
No.
Okay. So if God causes unnecessary suffering, then that would be considered, then God is not all good, right?
What God? My God doesn't cause unnecessary suffering.
I didn't say he did. We'll get to that, but I'm saying if the God that you believe in, whichever God, causes unnecessary suffering, that would mean that God is not all good, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Does God cause suffering? Like, for example, let's go with Noah's flood. Did God cause suffering in Noah's flood?
Did he cause suffering?
Yes.
He caused consequences. Yeah, he did. Consequences have suffering.
Okay, so he caused suffering in the flood.
That's
So
necessary suffering.
So it's necessary for what?
Mm-hmm.
For what?
Because it's a consequence. If I commit a crime and I go to jail, that's suffering. But
okay, I got you.
Right?
And then so the kittens that were drowned, did they sin? Is that consequences for the kittens?
You said kids?
Kittens. Well, kids too, and babies. Were they
Kittens?
evil babies? Were they like little Chucky babies running around with knives?
No, but the cause of their parents' actions led to their death.
No, hold on. God could have just did the Thanos finger snappy thing and like whisked away all the people who were doing evil things and left the kittens alone, right? Like God was.
You're not God. You don't know if he could have done that though. You don't know.
Is God all powerful?
That's not necessary because
is that yes or no? Is God all powerful?
Is Thanos all powerful?
No, is God all powerful? See, that's how you answer a question. Okay, yeah. So God is all powerful. Does doing the Thanos finger snappy thing and making only the bad people disappear fall under the subset of all things?
Him doing that wouldn't make sense. I'm trying to figure out why he would have to do that.
That's a yes or no. So if God is all powerful,
that question wasn't a yes or no question.
Yes, it was. I said, does God doing the Thanos finger snappy thing and only unaliving? Hold on. You've seen Civil War, right? When Thanos goes snap, and then like Spider-Man and all these different
to what he did though.
Okay,
Thanos
so
didn't get rid of all the bad people.
You're obfuscating. Could God have just decided to miraculously unalive only the evil people and left all the animals and all the innocent babies and everything alone? Was he powerful enough to do that? Yes or no?
Yes, but the Bible didn't say all the people that were dead weren't evil. He didn't say that all were innocent.
It said, and so
everybody did have the opportunity to go on Noah's boat too. So
actually, that's not true. Actually, that's true. There's nowhere in the Bible. Okay, so the
Bible does say that. So
why are you talking over me? Why did you ask me a question if you don't want to hear the answer?
No, because you said it wrong. You said innocent. We don't know what animals were on at that time, so we can't.
Okay. So
we don't know how the world looked like at that time.
Are babies? So when you babies
say we did, Noah did give everybody opportunity to get on the ark.
You're preventing me from speaking because it's going badly. You're preventing me from speaking from going badly. Could all life on the planet fit on the boat? Yes or no?
all life that was deserving to be on the boat was on the boat.
Okay, so every kitten in the world were evil kittens that drowned in the flood.
We don't know what kittens, and we don't know that. We don't know that. Do you know that? How do you know that?
I don't. I think the notion that is
You
stupid.
don't.
That's why I'm asking you. So from your position, were all the kittens, because he drowned the entire planet. So you have an entire planet of kittens and bunnies and deer and lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, they all got drowned. They all
Why are you
got
comparing
drowned.
a kitten's life to a human life?
Why are you stopping me from speaking? Okay, so you have an entire planet.
I'm answering it. So you don't want me to answer your question?
I'm not finished answering it. So or asking it. Okay, so are kittens capable of being evil kittens? Yes or no?
Are kittens able of being capable? Wait, say it one more time.
Yeah. So moral assessments. We don't assess kittens as being good or bad or evil. Like we don't like it's nonsensical to pass moral judgments on kittens, right?
I would agree with that. If it's not
okay. So they weren't evil kittens. All the kittens on the planet, except for 2 potentially on the boat, if they were cats or kittens, I don't know which, but 2 were on the boat. All the rest of the feline, all over the world, were drowned. That was unnecessary, right? God could have just left the kittens alone, all the animals in the world alone, and just did the Thanos finger snappy thing, or if you prefer, unalive only the evil people and left the babies, the children, people who were innocent or whatever alone, right? God was powerful enough to do that.
He's powerful enough to do what he did. I think
I'm not doing what he did.
Okay,
That's
now
not
I'm
answering
talking.
my question.
You talk. Can I talk now or no? Because
if
I
you
want to
answer the question, you answer
I'm
the
answering
question
your
I
question.
asked. The question I asked. What was my question? What was my question?
You were talking about could he have saved all the innocent and all this and that, but we don't know who is innocent. For you to put yourself in God's position and judge who's deserving enough to be on the boat is not your position to do. As humans,
you did the same thing.
We don't have a good moral compass of who's righteous enough to be saved or not. You can't say that somebody who isn't perfect. Are you perfect? Yes or no?
Nope. Okay, and now I'm going to explain.
So how do you have a good
I get to finish. I get to finish answering my question. I get to finish answer your question. Like we should both answer each other's questions, but not like only allow a yes or no. Give an explanation. No, I'm not perfect, but we both agreed. You're talking over me as a defense mechanism. Please stop. We both agreed that it's nonsensical to pass moral judgment on kittens. We both agreed to that. You agreed to that. You agreed morally judging animals is morally stupid. We both agreed to that.
Because animals,
Stop. You're talking over me as a defense mechanism. So we agreed to that.
You're just
so
talking.
Drowning,
I don't think I've ever really been able to
drowning.
Talk.
So drowning. You said God dished out consequences, but the animals. What consequences? We don't morally judge animals. That's stupid. You agreed to that, but yet God drowned every animal on the planet, which was unnecessary suffering. You can't
didn't drown every animal on the planet.
Yes, he did. Except for what's on the boat. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying. Make sure you have the claims correct, because that's
you know what I'm saying.
And animals don't have the same brain as a human. So, like, when you say morally judge an animal, you can't morally judge an animal because you don't know what animals are upon the world for. We eat animals. So then why do we eat animals?
Was it necessary to drown every?
Is it necessary by that logic?
Are you going to let me finish?
Chicken? Do you eat chicken?
Are you going to let me finish? Can you guys stop him from talking over me?
Because animals die on a daily basis right now.
Okay, stop talking over me. I understand it's scary to allow me to speak. I understand it's scary. But please don't do it. Okay, so it was unnecessary. So drowning all the animals on the planet and the babies, we'll include the babies there too, because I want to hear you call the babies evil, because they're like Chucky with knives and stuff. So drowning all the human babies and all the animals on the planet was unnecessary, right? And if it was necessary, what was it necessary for? Go ahead.
Said, was drowning the babies necessary?
Yes. No, babies and animals. Was that necessary?
He did it. That's why he did it. It was necessary for his
plan. Necessary to do what?
Yeah. To cleanse the world of evil.
To cleanse the world. So But were they evil animals? I thought you said animals can neither be evil nor good. It's nonsensical. Are
I
you
didn't
changing
say.
your
You said
position
you're
on that?
talking about them as
We
babies
heard you
and
say it.
animals and
We heard you
everybody.
say it. We heard you say it. Everyone heard you say it. I asked you
I never
if
said I
you
didn't
agree.
say that.
I asked you if you agree it is morally nonsensical to assess the morality of kittens, and you agreed to that, right?
But that doesn't mean I don't think they should have died. The same way I don't
Okay.
think if
Why
I'm
do you think the
hungry,
kittens should have died?
you just
Why?
talked over me because I wasn't done saying what I was
Okay.
saying. So
Okay.
now are
Go
you gonna let
ahead.
me speak?
Go ahead.
Do you eat meat? Do you eat chicken on a daily basis, or are you straight vegan?
No, I eat meat.
So then, why are those animals dying? Just so you could be satisfied
I
for your
actually, I
hunger?
actually,
That makes
I
zero
actually
sense by
think, I
your
actually
logic,
think,
right?
I actually think it's immoral. But if you point that out
It's
as a true,
immoral, right? But
yeah,
it's
yeah,
necessary,
it's not necessary.
right?
I can actually, nope. I can actually survive on vegetables and everything else. That's bringing
So
up
why
a
don't
moral.
you?
Can you let me finish? Why is there so afraid? Why do you
Because
ask questions
you're
when you
still
don't want
you're
to hear the
asking
answer?
you're answering my questions now. Why don't you?
Because then let me actually fucking answer them. So it's a moral failing on my part. I actually think I should be a vegan or at the very least a vegetarian. However, it's irrelevant to whether or not it was morally justified for God to drown the entire planet. I asked you, what was it necessary for? You did not answer that. So, oh yeah, you said to cleanse evil. So here's a problem. You said he needed to drown all the kittens to cleanse evil, but then you also agreed that kittens cannot be evil. So how is drowning kittens cleansing evil?
I
Explain
didn't
that.
say Clintons couldn't be evil.
Oh, so you do think we can cast moral aspersions on kittens to assess them as moral or immoral?
I was under the assumption. I thought you said, "Could we do
That's
it
the
compared to
dumbest
a
thing I. So
human?"
they were evil. So every kitten on the planet. Because I'm glad you're going down this because this makes
Their
this like
actions can be evil.
sound stupid. So every kitten on the planet, God created the world in such a way that the
So
kittens
what?
were evil. They were
Okay, I got a
evil bunny
question.
rabbits. They were evil bumblebees. Like, come fucking on.
What is the point of
That's your
saving
argument. That's your
bumblebees?
argument.
Bumblebees can fly. So what the fuck are you talking about? So why
Oh
do
my
you
God.
think
And
kittens should have been saved? That's my question. Why do you think God should have saved kittens? Why do you think?
because by drowning them, he caused unnecessary suffering.
That's not unnecessary suffering.
And under your paradigm, where
He made more
literally
kittens.
kittens are
He made more
fucking evil.
kittens. I'm confused. He made more kittens.
And so
And
if you kill a baby and if you kill your baby and you have another baby, does that mean you didn't cause suffering to the baby you killed?
wait, I'm confused. Do you believe in abortion or no?
That's
Oh, we're
irrelevant.
not pivoting. We're not
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
pivoting to
you're
that
not
right
pivoting
Well,
now.
to
he's talking about.
You
Google to.
hold on,
Sorry.
Sean. I don't understand how you think that being you're not really a grown ass man, but close enough,
No, I am.
who believes in magic, who thinks that the fucking Noah's Ark story is true, why we should believe any fucking thing that comes out of your mouth.
Because why should you not? I'm not saying nothing that came out of my mouth. I'm just saying what came out the Bible. So you shouldn't believe what's coming out of my mouth. You should believe what's written in the Bible.
Why?
You
Have
guys are
you
putting
ever
words in that
thought
was never put
about
into the
the
Bible. You're
fucking
saying
logistics of the ark? Like, honestly, I have said this a million times. I think that on the registration for voting, you should have a question that says, if you think that, like, do you think Noah's Ark is true? If you mark yes, like, the floor opens up and you fall into a pit of alligators and you cannot fucking vote, because it is ridiculous. The whole story, the whole Bible should end there. Once people read that, you should go, that's not fucking possible.
what's
And
ridiculous
then
to me is
move on
how
with your
he's
life.
talking about a moral compass of animals and what this and that, but you literally eat animals to satisfy your hunger. So it's like, you don't really give a fuck about animals if you eat animals to survive. So you using that claim is just honestly stupid
Now
The
because you just
whole
destroyed your
point
own
is that
fucking
your
claim.
God
that's
is
a
a
two
dick.
quote Q fallacy.
He's
Two
not a
quote Q
dick. Chill,
fallacy.
because you're
Can
mad
I
Two quote
butt
Q
because
in?
fallacy.
I don't know why you are mad at
Can I
the
butt in real
Christian
quick?
God, but you putting yourself in a, if I told you God is all powerful
I
and for you
said
to
can I butt in
question
real
his,
quick, but
no,
that really just means I'm going to talk because I'm the host. What would you do if, let's say, like, meat is actually necessary and you don't have to eat a lot of meat, but at times meat is necessary. And I very rarely eat meat. What would you say then? Because I do very rarely eat meat. I eat like one meal a day, and 95% of the time there's not meat in it. Like right now, I'm eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with chocolate.
What would I say then? You saying you still eating meat? I'm confused. You still eat meat?
Very rarely. Meat actually has health benefits to eating.
Exactly. So that's why it's necessary to kill animals to eat. The same way how it's necessary for God
they weren't drowned
to get rid of animals to make the new world. Why are you guys ungrateful? Like, God made a whole new world for us to be able to live in without a whole bunch of impurities that world had. We don't know how that world was.
Because your mommy told you that? Because your mommy fucking told you that?
No, I read the Bible for myself. You don't read the Bible. Clearly, that's why you act delusional and slow, because you're not reading it for the context, but instead you're just
Did you say slow? This is Dunning Kruger.
He's very slow because
so
you're
Jordan,
I have a question for you. To the Bible. Read the Bible for what it is. Stop inserting your own belief.
He's trying
Stop
to be
him from filibustering. Yeah, so you're not going to run roughshod over the conversation. All right, let's say, for example, it was necessary to unalive every kitten on the planet because, as you said, they were evil kittens and evil bunny rabbits, because that's not fucking stupid. But even if I grant that for the moment,
evil,
you literally said, okay, then what was the justification for drowning them?
Stop interrupting people or you're going to keep getting muted.
What was the justification? What was the justification?
He wasn't holding a debate, but then you guys are like jumping on one person and not allowing me to speak without muting me. So if you're going to just have this debate and then all the people get their points across, that's why there's 65 viewers in here that all have your beliefs. So if you want to,
I'm a whiny little titty baby.
This is not the way you're going to have it done.
What was the justification for drowning them? You said because they were evil. Were they evil? Yes or no? Were they kittens evil? Yes or no?
I don't know. Do you know that?
Okay, no. So you don't.
Well, God had a justification for drowning them. So what are you talking about?
So that's stupid. But let's just say, so we don't know. Possibly the reason God drowned the entire planet, every kitten on the planet except what was on the boat, is because they were evil kittens. Because that's not fucking stupid. But maybe that's why. So let's just take that for a moment. Is it still unnecessary suffering? Yes, because he could have just unalived all the kittens on the planet painlessly with a finger snappy thing, doing the Thanos thing. But instead, he decided to drown them, which is probably one of the worst fucking ways to die. So the fact that he chose drowning for every animal and baby on the planet is unnecessary suffering, because he could have done it in some kind of painless way, right?
No.
Oh, he couldn't. Was God not powerful enough to do it in a painless way?
You don't know if it was painful or not. You don't know how they. You don't know.
It's drowning. It's drowning. Where in the Bible did it say God made the drowning magically?
Let's move on from animals.
No,
I don't understand.
No, we're not moving on.
We are moving on.
I understand.
You just said you eat animals. Just like your friend said. Okay, let me speak real quick. We're
not moving on. We're not moving on.
Just how your friend said. Why aren't you want to move on?
Fallacy. It's whataboutism.
This is clearly not working. Your friend just said she needs meat to survive, right?
I concede
your
I'm immoral.
Just said she needs meat to survive, right?
All right. So, can do me a favor, Christina. Stop him from interrupting. Because I can't.
Not a mod. I got you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Britt. Just stop him from interrupting. Okay.
I have a ruler I could use, but I'm not a mod.
Yeah. Okay. Was God capable? So God drowned out every baby, kitten, everything on the planet. He could have. That drowning causes suffering. You said, how do you know they suffered? Because it's a necessary entailment of drowning. Now, if you want to try to claim, well, God did a magical drowning in a magical way to where it didn't cause suffering, that's nowhere in the fucking Bible. You can't just say, the Bible doesn't not say this, so I'm just going to claim that. What if it's the case? No, you're just making shit up at that fucking point. So God could have done it in a painless way. He chose drowning, which was unnecessary. Okay, you can respond now, Jordan.
Like I said, okay, can I speak for like a
hold on? No, you're gonna finish that bite, and you're not gonna eat while you're up here anymore.
I can do whatever the fuck I want. How about that?
That's fucking disgusting. No one wants to hear you eating.
I guess it's disgusting.
You can finish your food and then you can talk.
Can we talk about how the fucking penguins got there? How the kangaroos got there?
I mean, the story is stupid. There's no, yeah.
It
I
is
mean,
so
only a
fucking
dumbass
stupid.
would actually believe that shit. But notwithstanding, if it happened, it'd be fucking evil.
I will go ahead and say if when he unmutes, he starts fucking chewing again, he's getting dropped.
Oh yeah. I fully concur.
I speak for 10 minutes, so I'm getting interrupted. Please.
Nope. You can't talk with an unfull mouth. You fucking disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Welcome up, guest. Are you 18 plus?
Hello, I am 19.
Wonderful. What year did you finish school?
I finished school in 2024.
Excellent. May we get your pronouns, please?
Yes, she, her.
Excellent. Do you believe in a God?
I do.
And which one?
I believe in the Christian God.
Gotcha. So all my friends over here, they're going to have a conversation with you. Is that okay?
Gotcha.
Wonderful.
Okay. Do you believe your God is all good?
I do.
And all-knowing?
I do.
Okay. Do you think women should submit to men?
I think it depends. What do you mean?
I mean, do you think women shouldn't be allowed to teach men?
No, I don't think that. I think that everyone has something to share.
Okay, so would you like me to read some verses where Jesus, or in the Bible where it says women must submit to men? They cannot have authority over a man and all that?
Yeah, actually, but first I'd like to say something. I believe that it specifies in the Bible that it is when a pair are married. So, you know that there can't be two rulers of a household. There has to be one. But
First Timothy 2:11-15 doesn't specify that. It says, "Let a woman learn in silence with full submission. I do not permit a woman to teach or have authority over a man." Doesn't specify what type of man. She is to keep silent. For Adam was formed first, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman was deceived and became a transgressor. Yet she will be saved through childbearing, providing they continue in faith and love and holiness with self-control.
And now, what Bible version do you have? Do you have the NIV or the ESV? Because it is tainted.
I use the NRS VUE, the newly revised standard version updated edition, which is the one that scholars use.
Okay. Can I ask you to find a verse for me that so I can prove that the Bible may be tainted, the one that you have?
The NRS VUE?
Yes, I believe that there may be a missing verse, and then that'll prove my case.
So you think the one that the scholars use, the one that gets used in seminaries, is tainted?
I believe that everybody can make mistakes, so yes, I believe it's possible that it could be tainted. Matthew 17:21.
Matthew 17:21.
And if it is there, I am wrong, but I believe that the NIV ESV doesn't have it.
Did you get Riley's age?
Yes.
I'm 19.
Okay. Yeah, 19.
What version do you use?
I use the KJV, the King James Version.
Do some research on the KJV.
Gotcha. Why should I do that?
Because King James actually had a set of rules that the people must follow to make it very similar to, I don't remember which book it was exactly, but they wanted it to be similar to another book.
Really? I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me.
Yeah. The NRSVUE is the one that scholars use. It's the one that's used in seminaries. It's the most widely accepted one by people who study the Bible.
Well, could you find that verse for me real quick, please?
I don't have it on me. Give me a minute.
Gotcha.
I'm getting it.
You said Matthew 5:17-21?
Yes, Matthew 17:21.
That's what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in the KJV either.
The only one it's in is in KJV.
Okay, well, some Bibles may be tainted. That proves my point.
Your whole fucking
it says
book
that a lot of the modern scholarly Bibles exclude or omit that verse because it is not in the original Greek or Hebrew in the manuscripts.
I've read that it is, but that's okay.
Have you read the entire Bible?
I have not read the entire Bible. I'm still studying it. Takes a long time.
Okay. So, as a woman, are you okay with like the rape and the stoning and the unaliving of women in the Bible?
I'm not okay with the rape or the stoning of anybody and anywhere.
So your God commands it. How can he be all good?
Actually, and I can't remember when, I think it was the Gospels, Jesus went up to someone, and this is what I believe, it doesn't have to be what you guys believe, but they were about to stone a woman.
Nope, that was added in the 5th century. You can look that up. That was not in the original text. You want to talk about being tainted, you cannot talk about things that were interpolated.
It's the New Testament.
To the fucking... It was added in the 5th century. It was not in the original text.
Okay, how do you know that?
That story... Because people can look at the original and look at the verse and see that it's not in the original fucking text. It was added later. It's added as a story. This is why, so that you will bring it up to say, Jesus loves women because he didn't have this woman stoned.
What he actually said, yeah, he who cast the first stone. That means you can't judge other people when you have something going on wrong in your life too.
Okay, well, if I grant that for you, Jesus...
Hang on. To back Christina's point, I have 2 here that says it was added in the 5th century.
They say between the 3rd and 5th, but it's usually the 5th.
Yeah, so it says was first added to a surviving Greek manuscript in the 5th century CE. First written appearance, the earliest known Greek manuscript to include the text is the Codex Bezae, which was dated to roughly 400 to 450 CE. Widespread adoption in 8th century onward. By the 8th century, the passage became standard. Scribes eventually stabilized its placement right after John 7:52, though some ancient manuscripts tried placing it at the end of John or even inside the Gospel of Luke. Because it is a later insertion, most modern Bible translations enclose the story in brackets or include a prominent footnote explaining its manuscript history, which is in... if you want a Christian source on it, go to Desiring God.
Okay, thank you. I'll have to do some research because I didn't know that was added in the 5th century.
And even if I grant that that is a true verse, doesn't Jesus say, he without sin cast the first stone?
Meaning no one is without sin.
So not even Jesus, because he didn't cast a stone.
Jesus is an exception to that because he was the one saying it.
Of course he is.
Riley,
of course he is.
Riley, if even if that passage is true, and by the way, I've spoken with people who have a background studying the Bible on that verse. I'm not a biblical scholar, so I'm only passing along what their explanation is that Jesus was basically saying in that case, they didn't meet the criteria for stoning a woman to death, which is to have a certain amount of witnesses. And I think having the man with her or something like that. But anyway, let's set that aside. Let's say we grant that. If I'm a father and I beat the ever living crap out of my kid, but then the next day the next day I'm helping my kid with my homework or with their homework, right? Helping them with their homework is a good thing. I'm still responsible for the bad thing that I did, right?
Yes, of course. How does this pertain to what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. So what we have are the biblical God, and Jesus is God according to your theology, right? We have the biblical God doing all kinds of abhorrent things to women. For example, ordering the Israelite men to unalive, basically commit G-side on the Midianite population, except for the virgin girls, keep them as the spoils of war. And you know what that means. A flawed virginity test for if a woman doesn't bleed on her first wedding night, she is to be stoned to death. Which is horrible enough on it is, even if she's not a virgin on her wedding night, that's disgusting to stone her to death for that reason.
That is horrible.
Yeah.
Where
Right.
is that in the Bible, though? Like, where is
Deuteronomy 22:13-21.
Can you read me that?
Yeah,
And by the way,
I got it.
yeah, and by the way, less than half of women bleed their first time having intercourse.
46% of women bleed their first time. 54% of women do not bleed their first time.
So do you believe that God created us in your worldview?
I do.
You believe he knows every hair on your head, he stitched us together in the womb and all that shit?
I do. I believe he knows us before we were born and that we're special and put here for a purpose.
So do you think that if God created us, he would understand how a hymen works?
I do.
Do you understand how a hymen works?
I do.
Okay, so it can be broken a number of ways. Some people are not born with one. Some people are born with an incomplete one. Some people are born with a full closed vagina, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so if God knows this, why would he make a law stating that if there was not blood on the sheet of a virgin on her wedding night, that she could be stoned to unalivement, knowing that more than 50% of women do not bleed? Well, we'll say women, but these are girls. We're just gonna, I'm gonna bring that up, but I'm gonna say women, for right now. More than 50% of women do not bleed the first time that they have intercourse. Therefore, God is making laws to punish innocent women because he's a dick.
Well, I don't think he's a dick, but what's your question? How do you want me to respond to this?
So that was a preface to the verse that I'm gonna read. 20 and 21. Okay. So pretty much, if the husband says that he does not believe that his wife was a virgin, that's leading up to this. He can bring her out, and then the parents have to bring the white sheet to the council and show them that there is proof of virginity. Okay.
And what verse is this?
This is
Deuteronomy. Okay.
22. Yes. So it technically starts. You know what? Forget it. I'm just going to read this whole fucking thing. Suppose a man marries a woman. Oh, I gotta get out of the. Oh yeah, NRSV. Yeah, I'm gonna go. If you don't mind, I'm just gonna read, starting at 13 because
you're good. Yeah.
It gives the context. Suppose a man marries a woman, but after going into her, dislikes her and makes up charges against her, slandering her by saying, "I married this woman, but when I lay with her, I did not find evidence of her virginity." The father of the young woman and her mother shall then submit the evidence of the young woman's virginity to the elders of the city at the gate. The father of the young woman shall say to the elders, "I gave my daughter in marriage to this man, but he dislikes her, and now he has made up charges against her, saying, I did not find evidence of your daughter's virginity, but here's the evidence of my daughter's virginity." Then they shall spread out the cloth before the elders of the town. The elders of the town shall take the man and punish him. They shall fine him 100 shekels of silver, which they shall give to the young woman's father, because she's fucking property, because he has slandered a virgin of Israel. She shall remain his wife. Would you want to be married to someone who called you a fucking liar? Anyway, he shall not be permitted to divorce her as long as he lives. Oh, yay. He can't divorce her and she can't divorce him. So that's just wonderful. However, If, however, this charge is true, that the evidence of the young woman's virginity was not found, then they shall bring the young woman out to the entrance of her father's house, and the men of her town shall stone her to death, because she committed a disgraceful act in Israel by prostituting herself in her father's house. So you shall purge the evil from your midst. So, how many?
That's from the Old Testament, right? Correct? Deuteronomy.
Same fucking God. It is the same God.
And that sounds a lot different than my Bible.
Okay.
So it doesn't.
What's your favorite food? What's your like death row meal? What is your favorite food?
What? Chow.
What is your favorite food?
Oh, let's say sushi.
Okay. So what if I get you sushi from your favorite sushi restaurant and I bring it to you, and right before you're about to take a bite, I go, there's a little bit of shit in there. Are you going to eat it?
No, obviously.
Okay, so why do you take a book that's full of shit and you eat around the fucking shit trying to get the good parts? You're obviously going to get shit, even if you try to eat around it. That is what this book is. It is fucking shit-filled sushi. And you guys lap it up.
Well, when you take a Bible that has been tainted to so much where it doesn't even sound like the actual original Bible, then...
Okay, what do you think is the original fucking Bible?
The one
and if
that
you
I
say
read.
King James, I swear to fucking God. Oh my God.
Okay, guys, do you see how she's the one cussing and getting upset? And like read the oh my god.
So by the way, the original Bible would be the Hebrew Bible in the Hebrew Bible, which is specifically the Old Testament. Not the KJV. The first one, okay, isn't even the KJV. It's a book you can't even find anymore.
It says the same thing in the KJV, by the way. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted to correct her. The KJV says the same freaking thing, just with much more flowery language, but it literally says the same thing. If she doesn't bleed, i.e., have, quote, tokens of her virginity, she'll be brought in front of her father's house and stoned to death.
Do you know that was the rules of the people and not the rules that God gave?
These were
the rules of the people.
By the way, the KJV isn't even the original one. Obviously, it's the Hebrew one. But the Gutenberg Bible was the very first Bible ever written in 1455 CE. The first mass-produced one.
Okay, so the KJV says, but if this thing be true, and the tokens of virginity be not found for the damsel, then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the men of her city shall stone her with stones, that she die, because she hath wrought folly in Israel. Who fucking talks like this? To play the whore in her father's house, so shalt thou put evil away from among you. This is your God commanding this.
Yeah,
it's not a commandment.
It's the Deuteronomical
right
laws.
there. It's not a commandment.
Yes,
it was the
these
rules
are the
of
laws.
the people.
No, this wasn't of the people. These are the Deuteronomical laws passed on from God Yahweh through Moses. That's why they're called the
we
Mosaic
don't follow
laws.
These, right? We follow
are
the
they
New
immoral?
Testament.
Are they immoral? Okay? So we don't follow. Let's say I take you at your word that like this is the Old Testament. Is it immoral? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so God gave these laws immoral laws, right?
What are you saying?
God gave these laws, and you said they're immoral, so that makes God as immoral.
God did not give those laws. They were from the people. They were not commandments. The only commandments that God gave were the 10 Commandments.
You are
bull fucking shit. Oh my God, you don't
Bible.
know what you're talking about.
The Bible is full. It's known as the Mosaic laws because Moses was God's messenger. There's 613 Old Testament laws that were passed on, the Mosaic laws passed on from God through Moses. That's very common. I'm like, my biblical knowledge is weak compared to a lot of people, and even I know that. You need to learn more about your Bible.
Exactly.
She's teacupped.
When you're teacupped, you can hear us, but we can't fucking hear you. And don't tone police me.
By the way, there's nothing intrinsically bad about certain words. It's a cultural idiosyncrasy that shit is considered profane, but feces is not, even though they're just different phonetic sounds.
We got a runner. We've got a runner. Yep.